Got him. Please be a largemouth. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I've been wanting to catch some big smallies, and those are big smallies. Bienvenidos and welcome to mikeybalzz Fishing. Everybody say what's up to Bog. What's up, Bog? Bog's in a life jacket. So Bog is in a life jacket because we're fishing around a lot of heavy current, and I want to keep him safe, and I want to keep me safe too, because I know if he goes in, I'm gonna dive in after him, and the way they're pumping current right now, I'm gonna drown and he's gonna drown. So we're not drowning today, right, Bog? I know you're a little warm. It's all right though. So throw a like on this video if you like Bog, because he is far more likable than me. I'm kind of a douche, as I've noted before. But I hope you guys are gonna like this video. What we're doing is, it's late spring, but we've kind of had things kind of delayed a little bit. So we're gonna go try to catch some staging and some spawning fish. Now here's the beauty of it. We're out here on Lake Pickwick. This is one of my favorite lakes on the TVA, and here's why. This time of year, you can catch smallmouth, largemouth, meanmouth, which is a mix of a smallmouth and a spotted bass, and spotted bass. So we could hit like a grand slam. And what we're gonna be throwing to is a lot of Ned Rigs. It's a perfect bait for this time of year. I don't care if you're fishing like from the bank right there, if you're fishing from a boat, like you can do a ton of stuff with it. And I'm gonna show you all the different stuff that you can do with it and why I like it so much, my setup, rod, reel, you know, which head I'm using for different kinds of situations. I think you're gonna dig this. This is such a cool fishery, catching all different species. It's what we kind of dream about. It's sort of like the World Series of bass, dude. There's everything here. There's all different applications, all different techniques. I'm gonna try to show you one of them, and it's one that you can use on the bank, on the boat, on the pond, like wherever. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you guys like real content. I always try to keep it direct and honest with you, talk about ways that I actually catch fish. I film like actually catching fish, and I try to just show you ways that you can apply to your home water to catch more fish. I'm not saying it's gonna work, and I'm kind of a douchebag. That's probably why the channel will like never blow up, but who cares, dude? That's the way I work. If you like that kind of content, that grassroots content, go down and hit that like button, and definitely subscribe if you haven't. And YouTube hates me, as I've noted, so make sure you turn on that notifications bell right down there, because they're not going to show you these videos. They're going to show you how to jump off a dock and with a line tied to your toe and catch a brim or something. Are you the best fishing pit bull? You are. Let's go bend some rods. Fish. Got him. Oh yeah. No, Eddy, come on. Oh, that was sad. Look out, Bog. I got a feeling we're about to catch a bunch. Another one off the same point. I don't think he's very big though. Look out, Bog. It's another nice little smallie. These things are dumb, dude. Like, they go crazy. Same deal, just like a little Ned. And there's something magical. Don't let her go, just a little guy. But there's something magical about this little point over here, and look how they tear up your bait. Freaking crazy, dude. So let me show you how I'm rigging this Ned head up, start to finish. So I got a scissors, I got an ace, this is the 5-inch version. See, you got the worm sack right there. Just wanna make a snip right in front of the worm sack. The reason I do that is, that's like the longest I want it, but I can shorten it up. It starts slipping, that keeper on the nickels, it isn't the greatest. It's a good jig head for this finesse fishing, but the keeper isn't the greatest, and it slips off a lot, especially after you catch a few fish. So I can keep cutting that thing down, and then I'll stop using it right when I get past the worm sack, but I can keep cutting it down. So I'm gonna take, it's a Clint Davis. I'll put a link to it down in Tackle Warehouse down in the description box. Super tiny hook though. That's why you got to do it on light line. And usually what I'll do is I'll use that worm sack as a guide. I go just a little bit past the worm sack and a little further and bring the hook out. And then I'll just thread it on, pop it up. Here's a little trick. The keeper on there is just like a little wire poke out. I'll just give it a pinch. And what that does is it really pierces that keeper into the plastic, makes it last just a hair longer. So I got it pretty good, doesn't need to be perfect. I got a thing of Spike It right here. I'm gonna open that up, be careful using it. And all I'm gonna do is take, this is a green pumpkin ace, and I'm just gonna take and I'm just gonna do just the tip, just like that. I'm gonna throw it out of the boat because I don't want that crap in the boat. Put the cap back on this, and I'm gonna go catch a fish. Oh my gosh, that's a giant, dude. That is a giant. Oh dear. There's a whole school of fish right there. Dude, they do not give up. Got him. Look out, look out, look out. A beautiful fish, dude. That's like a 3.5 pound smallie. You know, one of the big keys to this game is you want to keep them fired up, guys. And I don't like putting fish in the live well, but I put them in the live well because I fire back up there. As soon as this pod slows down, I'm going to get them right back. But for now, this is stupid. Got him again. That's another giant. Oh, maybe not. Staying down there. Feels good. There is just a pod of fish. They must be just a school lined up on a shoal. Staying down. Look out. Oh, God. Oh, that's a giant, dude. Look out. Come here, come here. Got her. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Pop her on live real quick. You know, I don't mind fishing in a pack. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of look at it as like one-on-one fishing, and it's fun. But sometimes you got to drift off the pack. There's about 30 boats right over there, all stacked on top of each other. And really the key to this is getting on the bank or fishing an eddy. So we swung over here to this little pocket right here. It's just another eddy. I'd seen a boat on it like 20-30 minutes ago before I got here, kind of doing. And when I ran over there, I let them fish it and leave, let it for 20 minutes. Nobody came over here, and we come over here. But this is literally why I love fishing. Dude, I've been wanting to catch some big smallies, and those are big smallies. I'm gonna explain this to you and kind of what I think is going on, but let's let these jokers go. I mean, these are just absolutely, it's like a 3.5 pounder right there. Like, that'll make you grin. See you later, honey. Anger level 5,000. Bog, what's your angle level? You really just want to lick these jokers, don't you? I mean, dude, just beautiful lines and colors on them. Like, that is what I live for. I might be stupid, I might be shallow, but dude, there is nothing like that when you get onto a little group of them and they just start chewing and you can't do anything wrong. Especially after our first fish was probably all of just about a pound. I mean, dude, you like that Benjamin Noack? Go sub Ben Noack. Anything I know about smallie fishing, he pretty much taught me. See ya. That was awesome. So here's what I think's going on. We're on an eddy. You can see the current swirling around over there. We're in kind of just a slack water little bay right here. And this stuff does get beat up, gets a lot of pressure. So timing's really important. I saw a window, grabbed at it, but you can see there's a little kind of like gravel beach and then you got a little bluff. Here's what's deceiving is it's probably about 1 to 2 feet coming about 3 foot off that bluff. So what I'm assuming is one of two things. There's a little eddy there or a little bit of slack water, or those fish are spawning. They're on beds and I can't see them. And there's maybe like a little underwater point that's super subtle where those jokers kind of stacked up. But the big key was, and I have so much confidence in this, especially smallmouth fishing. I've caught a lot of big smallmouth on it. And if you ever get like super finicky largemouth, I use it on Gunnersville too. This is just an 1/8 ounce, or it might be, I forget. It's the smallest, the Clint Davis. It's not the smallest Clint Davis, but it's a little bit smaller than a 1/4. It's a Clint Davis Nichols. Basically it's a Nichols Ned head. Super finesse hook though. You kind of heard me freaking out about opening up the hook. I bent the hook a little bit. I'm fishing with 8-pound test and 12-pound braid, but I got an ace on there, and you guys know I'm not a super TRD fan. I like putting my Gambler ace on there, and I put a little chartreuse tail or chartreuse dip on the tail right there. And all we're doing is just kind of flicking it up there, and it was basically dead sticking it. And the reason I think those guys were betting is I would flick it up there, shake it, just try not to move it, and dude, I'd pick up and the line's like 5 feet out, or they're running straight at me, like trying to scoot it off the bed. And usually smallmouth are pretty active when they're on the bed, so it's not like trying to catch a largemouth where you gotta like really annoy them and piss them off. But that was throw me a like if you enjoy that, and dude, tell me if you guys have caught like a little group of fish, like especially in this, you know, spring, kind of late spring time. Have you run into like a little pod where you like literally make the same cast 5 times and catch like 3 to 5 in a row? Drop it down in the comments box, I want to hear it. But we got more work to do, don't we? Let's get after it. Got him. Got him. Small in a swim bait, buddy. Oh, big largemouth, sorry. This is actually a true bass swim bait. Shout out to Ryan Salt. Oh my God, that's a big smallie. We're gonna boat flipper. How about that? How about that? How about them apples? What? How about them apples? Oh, them's good apples. I think that's the first smallmouth I've ever caught on a swim bait. Except for an A-ray. Dude, just... Oh, I got her. I didn't think I got her. Oh, dude. I thought she nipped it and then didn't get it, but I guess she got it. She just ran with it so fast that like I felt like she come off. I got a goat swim bait head with Ryan Salzman. It's a true bass swim bait. Just a little narrow profile. Oh man, it's a little bit bigger than I thought, dude. They are just, I feel like I'm on Wilson, dude. That last year. It's just, I found a magic point, and there's some magic smallies on it. Come here. Oh gosh, come here. Actually, we're just gonna get the net, dude. This one's a lot to handle. Come here, get in my nets. Get in my net, old red eye. Look up, Bog. You like smallmouth? I like smallmouth too. That's what's so cool about this goat head is like, dude, that fish thrashed it, and that bait is still on there. And I can still just cast right back there, no problemo. So here's what happened is we basically trolled down this little line, caught a couple mealmouse and a couple small fish, but when I trolled over this point right here, I noticed on my map, like it's a perfect horseshoe right there on my C map, and then on my 2D, I'm like, dude, there's fish down there. They were a little bit deeper, a little bit off the point, so like, there's more fish. So what I did is I swung back and I grabbed, this is a true bass swim bait. This is something my buddy, he's a guide on Gunnersville, Ryan Salzman. You've probably seen him in some of the videos, but it's just I got it on a goat head, on a 3/8 head, and then it's just a little hollow body swim bait. It has that screw on head so it stays on there. But we found a couple more Thunka Wonka. Oh, are those big smallmouth? Yes, they are. I just thought one was a largemouth, but let's get them released here. Come here. They're so freaking cool. I love this game, dude. See you later, honey. Let's grab this other one real quick and get a release. Hopefully we can get some more. Come here. Come here. I know you want to go back to your home, as JT would say. Dude, just absolutely. I mean, if that doesn't get you hot, there's something wrong with you. See you later. Noticed something else that was kind of cool. So last year on Wilson, I found like an Eddy bite just like this, but it was something like kind of old school flora, and the water was mixing. So you had like murky-ish kind of stained water coming from the dam, just flooding out, but then there was a section where it was back flowing and there was clear water coming out of a creek. Well, I think I'm in the same situation. I don't know if you guys can actually tell, but there's clear water on that bank that's kind of like flushing out, And what's happening is there's a little bit of a waterfall back there. And I think what's going on is some of that drainage is a little bit clear water coming in, and it's mixing and creating kind of like a mud line, dude. Old school Okeechobee, Florida fishing. So you have like a backwash kind of eddy, and then you have that clear water, and they're sitting right on the edge of it, and that's why they're potted up. They use it as camouflage to go and whack that bait. Throw me a like, dude. If you like this kind of intense stuff, like the video. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. Dislike the video and throw hateful comments down in the comments box, because this is awesome. Bog, you like this? Good life jacket, Bog? Yes. God, please be a largemouth. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. That's a giant largemouth. Oh my gosh, stay on there. Stay on there. Dude, that's a giant spot. What is going on? That's not a largemouth. Come here. Or is that a largemouth? Oh, that is a largemouth. Guys, we hit the trifecta. Oh no, dude, that's a spot. Bog, that's a free. Why can't we get the largemouth? But who cares? Look at that spot. That's a spot that looks like a largemouth. I don't get it. I am perplexed. Doing everything that I can to catch a largemouth. Skipping a Ned under a dock. Largemouth, right? No. I want to get like a slam. Like we caught some smallies, we caught some spots. I think I might have caught a little largemouth, but I want to catch like a 3-4 pound largemouth. Dude, I just caught a monster spot. Like, I don't even get it. Like, what are you doing? Pug, do you see this thing? It's a spot that looks like a largemouth though, because it's so, look at that. Look at that spot. Or maybe that's a mean, you know what? That's a mean mouth, dude. That's a mix of a spotted bass and a smallmouth. I mean, everything. A mean mouth, dude, look at, like, that's like a 3.5 pounder, 3 3/4. Giant. Let's let her go. I mean, they're really cool because they get that like spotted bass line, but then they have like attributes of a smallmouth, like their mouth is super small. Let's let her go. See you later. Why can't Mike catch a largemouth? Give me a high five. High five. All right. Maybe we can catch a large. I probably won't catch a largemouth, but that was pretty cool. Came out and grabbed it. It's another spot. That's a big spot, dude. Oh, that's a big spot. Come here, big little spot. And I thought I had to go to Smith Lake to catch spots like that. Just another like cookie cutter 2-pound spot, dude, on the Nedster. I've moved all of like, I don't know, 30, 40 yards and probably caught like 15 fish. This is awesome. I fail at largemouth. Largemouth or no largemouth. That was an absolutely great day. And I hope you guys kind of get the message on it. This Ned, dude, is such a versatile presentation. Look how, like, it's all tore up, dude. You're going to burn through a lot of stick baits. You're going to burn through like a lot of baits. But like, I don't care what species you have. I don't care where in the country you are. That little rig in spring or even late spring going to summer when those fish are shallow is the most finesse bite getting machine fishing lure presentation that you can literally make, and you can put it anywhere, dude. I was fishing anywhere from like a foot of water down to like 12 feet. Now granted, you fished a little slower. I was using a little lighter head. That's the Clint Davis. Like I said, I'll put a link to it down in the description box at Tackle Warehouse. You want to pay attention to what rod you're using though. This is one of the oldest rods I have. I've had this rod for like 12 years. It's an old Shimano Compre. They don't even make anything comparable to it anymore. But basically you want a fast or extra fast, like a medium, like a soft medium or a medium light. You really want the rod to like load up just in the tip. This thing is super quick, as you can see when I bend it right there, but it's also super light on the tip. So we're fishing around a lot of rocks. got to keep that rod tip high and kind of pop it out. If you use too heavy of a rod, you end up lodging that Ned because it tends to get kind of wedged between like crevices and stuff. So you want to use something soft. Definitely recommend running braid on your spinning application. Run it to a fluorocarbon leader. I have an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader right here. You can go a little heavier if you got super clear water. I try to be a little more finesse. This ramp is cleared out. When I got here, there were every single parking spot was full, and when I got down towards the dam and towards that moving water, there's probably like 30, 35, but all on top of each other. So any kind of like little advantage I can take, I'm going to. Let me show you real quick. My buddy Ryan Salzman, go check him out on Instagram. He's a guide on Lake Guntersville. You probably saw some videos and some fishing reports with him. He makes a swim bait. He has a company called True Bass, and he actually he threw me some. I'll put a link to him down in Tucker Warehouse as well. It's a hollow body swim bait, and this is what we caught our swim bait fish on. I actually broke it off towards the end, otherwise I've thrown it a little bit more. It's a little more slender than your average hollow body, slight, you know, kind of a little more slender in the tail on that, but perfect for this kind of water. It displaces enough water. It looks like the shad that's around here, and it fits perfect, dude. I put it, he's got a different head that he puts it on, but I put it on my, let's see, these guys right here. This is the head I helped to design. It's the GOAT swim bait head, and it's a screw lock head. His is pretty comparable. The biggest key being is you want that screw lock on there. I was using, in this case, a 3/8. I could have probably gotten away with a 1/4 because we were fishing pretty skinny, but that 3/8, I can throw it in the current and still tick the bottom slow rolling. It's not so heavy that it's gonna hang those rocks, but dude, it's got a standard wire hook on it. It's a sick like jig head. What I like about mine, or the Gambler one that I helped design, it has that belly just like that, and it's pretty flat. What that does is it almost acts like a football head. When you're bumping it across those rocks, it kind of like bows across the rocks, and then also when you stop it, it comes down and it sits almost like a Ned, where it's at like a 45, or not a Ned, but like a shaky head. I like it. Everybody's got their own preference, but make sure you run a screw lock when you're fishing these. Pretty sick little swim bait though. If you dig swim baits, this thing's pretty cool. It was another epic day in Northwest Alabama. I really appreciate you guys sticking with the videos and watching them. And let's say hi to Buck. He's pissed because he's in the truck. Buck, are you so sad? Are you so sad? Don't be sad. We're gonna go fishing again, and we'll catch big bass everywhere. Throw this video a like if you enjoyed it, guys. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. I love doing this. This is not my job, contrary to what many of you think. This is something that I do as fun, as a hobby on the side, and I absolutely love it. And especially with everything that's been going on, dude, it's great to have a passion that you can turn to. Get outside, you know, clear your mind, meditate, whatever you want to call it, dude. This is a place where I'm good. I'm a happy person, and I hope that's the same for you. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. Tight lines. We will see you back out on the water, hopefully smashing some big green heads, and maybe doing a little fishing on Guntersville and that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.